everyone, welcome. I'm your host, Sophia Bernal, and in my series of interviews, the entrepreneur in me and listening to the heart of what these entrepreneurs have to offer for their product and service, I'm here in the city of Ontario at Chef Gourmet, a catering company where I have tried the food, and I have to say it's truly fascinating, the customer service and the food that the gentleman here, Alvin, will be talking to us about. So want to be able to present this company to you because I think it's important to know what types of products and services we have here in our community, and here they are in the city of Ontario. So I'd like to present to you Mr. Alvin Garces, owner of Chef Gourmet. Thank you, Mr. Alvin. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Sophia. Thank you very much for the honor to be presented here to your audience. Hello, everyone. My name is Alvin Garces. I am the Chief Executive Officer and owner of Chef Gourmet. That is our registered trademark. We know good food. And originally, we have been the exclusive catering company for the Western region of BMW Group. But the COVID-19 environment basically taught us a very important lesson. And that, I guess, one of the most important lessons is realizing that we are all in this together. So what I have done, because of challenges in life, we were able to pivot ourselves within 48 hours of everything locking down, literally the world, and losing 90% of my income, basically generating that within 48 hours, switching it over to serve healthy meal preps to the entire greater Los Angeles area counties, and also up to North San Diego County. We have been delivering that to consumers actually since May of last year, and that's a product that's going to be staying here with us today. And we are an industrial catering company originally, but we have then the pivot, unlike other businesses that have experienced pivots to business to other businesses. In my line of work, we were able to pivot ourselves to a point where the business clients were working from home, therefore we were no longer able to deliver, but we were delivering to homes, to consumers. So now we've created enough relationships with them, and as a survivor of this 2020 global pandemic, it's now year 2021, the month of February has actually created a very, very bright light at the end of the tunnel where besides BMW contacting us that we restart again next month, a lot of other corporate clients have engaged in orders from us. That actually begins next month for catering events and so on and so forth, because the reality here is that we can no longer afford, as not just as a region, but also as a country, I believe, to basically shut down and allow ourselves to basically accept the loss and the destruction what this disease has done. And as far as this COVID-19 pandemic is concerned, Chef Gourmet LLC takes this very seriously. Besides our cleanliness and everything else, we also received a certificate of recognition from San Bernardino County. Although I don't have a mask on and everything else, Sophia and I have known each other for quite some time, and we are social distancing to a point where we are both negative. So just to let the audience know, we do take it seriously when it comes down to, besides being COVID-19 compliant to consumers, all of our staff goes through all these, temperature checks and everything else that goes as part of the plan to keep everybody safe. And we have done that consistently without any problems since this pandemic came about. And we will continue to do that because we are a food business. We have actually maintained that kind of, followed those guidelines through the Department of Health. So moving forward with that, I guess, Sophia, what I would like to say again is I'm here to not just generate business for our catering company, but also to help establish relationships within the local community, and nurture again the relationships that I have, including with your organization, to basically maybe figure out a way to help others, to help those in need, because I believe that nobody out there is at fault of their own. And it is tear-jerking for me to see how many businesses and individuals have actually lost everything. So now when we reached a point that we are able to sustain, we are also wanting to help those that have fallen prey to this problem of the world, as I know it's not a fault of their own. So I hope that's not too lengthy of a introduction for you.
No, it's not, and thank you for taking the time to explain, to us what Chef Gourmet is, but your background, tell us, because your background is not necessarily, you transition into the food industry, but your background is in accounting, right?
No. My background actually is in finance. Oh. I was a senior director and chief officer for a very large global payment processing company. And during those times, during the 2008 recession and everything else, we wanted to, so this is a challenge that I've actually overcome before. Basically, during that recession where a lot of the businesses have actually started losing a lot of revenue themselves, what we have, my wife is actually Chef Cindy Garces. She's the executive chef. She's the culinary graduate and established food creator for this business. But we basically started this in 2014, and being I guess in a sense a master in finance, what I was able to do and share with her is that my expertise in generating income, or basically creating a business. So I'm the one who actually handles the business aspect where it actually earns income, and she's the one who creates the product. That's how we started it out. We established this in 2014 to create special sauces and things of that nature for 50 supermarkets and 2 private labels for 2 food producers here in 2014. Then after that, we then realized the amount of work that was actually creating, and for some reason or another, we were blessed with being able to serve what we really like doing, which is actually creating the creative aspect of, I guess, culinary arts, where we were doing food, corporate lunch boxes, and corporate events. When we were able to be given the opportunity by BMW to be their caterer, and that started out on a quarterly basis. So anyway, that's my background. And even though I think that I can bake good, I am still not that person responsible for that with Chef Gourmet. I'm the one responsible for making sure that this business runs in a profitable way, so that we continue to sustain operations, and now with this new environment, hopefully be able to serve those in need.
So you're the numbers guy. You keep the business in balance, and we leave the cooking to your wife.
Right.
And the rest of the personnel.
Absolutely. In everything in life, I'm not just in business. Let's just talk about business. It doesn't matter what kind of product that you actually have created, even if it's the best product. If you're actually having a business, it needs to generate income. It needs to generate revenue. So it needs to sell. So how are you going to do that? It's a very, very complex algorithm when you're actually running a business properly, and it's very fast-paced at certain points, but that's what I do. I am the numbers guy. I'm the one who actually runs the business aspect, and then she's the one who actually she's the executive chef, handles the products.
Yeah, and you know what I find fascinating is what you mentioned, that even during this pandemic, you found a way to pivot, like many business owners have, as in, okay, times have changed, and what am I going to do different to sustain the business? Because obviously what we were doing before is not working right now, or we cannot go with that model. And that's what I love about entrepreneurs, because the passion, the mindset is so different. And it's just one of those, ideas, as in, I love my product and I love my service, and what am I going to do to sustain and move forward, just because it's that passion that's within the entrepreneurs. And here you are with your catering company, using your education and your background that you're using here in the business, and working in a family-owned business, because this is a family-owned business, right? Run by the entire family.
Yes.
Yeah, so that in itself shows a different love and appreciation for the operation that you run, because it's near and dear to you, and you hopefully will pass it on to the next generation. And that's something that, as entrepreneurs, you work not just for what you're currently working for in the present, but also who you're going to be leaving that legacy of your product or service, for others to enjoy.
Exactly. That is exactly what where my heart has led, and I've spoken to my children about that. And the reality here is that as a family-owned business, my wife and I have worked blood, sweat, and tears to establish and run